Have you ever met someone who walks through life like they're carrying a secret? Someone who stays silent, yet somehow controls the room. Maybe you've felt it. That quiet power. That magnetic presence you can't explain. Here's a truth that might surprise you: it's not luck. It's not magic. It's not even confidence in the way most people think. It's something deeper. Today, we're talking about Scorpio, the most misunderstood sign of the zodiac. People say Scorpio is dark, intense, even dangerous. But the real story? It's far more powerful than that. Scorpio isn't about mystery for the sake of mystery. It's about knowing when to reveal and when to protect. It's about surviving heartbreaks no one sees and rising stronger every single time. In this video, I'll reveal 18 hidden weapons that give Scorpio their unstoppable strength. And no, it's not just about Scorpios. These insights can help you understand yourself, your emotions, your relationships, maybe even change the way you handle life's toughest challenges. So, if you're ready to go deeper, to unlock what makes Scorpio so powerful, and to find some of that power inside yourself, stay with me. And hey, if you enjoy insights like this, remember to subscribe, hit like, and share this video with someone who needs it. You're about to discover a side of Scorpio you've never seen before. Have you ever felt like life's battles are happening inside you, battles no one else can see? You wake up each morning carrying invisible weights. You show the world a calm face, but deep down, you're fighting to keep moving forward. That's the silent perseverance of Scorpio. It's the quiet power of pushing through, not for recognition, not for applause, but because something inside refuses to give up. Scorpios teach us that real strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes, it whispers. Sometimes, it's simply standing back up, one more time, when no one's watching. Think about your own life. The heartbreaks you never talked about. The failures you kept to yourself. Remember how you survived? That was your Scorpio energy. We all carry it. But Scorpio shows us how to sharpen it. To turn it from simple survival into transformation. And when a Scorpio chooses someone to trust, something even more powerful begins. Emotional loyalty. Not the kind you read about in fairy tales. The kind that's earned slowly, through shared battles and silent understanding. Scorpio loyalty isn't loud. It doesn't need constant reassurance. But once it's given, it's unbreakable. Picture someone in your life who's always stood by you, even when you didn't deserve it. That person you can call at 3 a.m., knowing they'll answer without asking why. That's the kind of loyalty Scorpio embodies. And it's not just about others. Scorpio loyalty extends inward too. It's about standing by your own heart when life tells you to give up on yourself. But why is that loyalty so rare? Because it demands vulnerability. It demands choosing wisely. Scorpio doesn't hand their loyalty to everyone. Neither should you. Now, let's talk about something deeper. Passion. Not just excitement. Not temporary thrill. True passion. The kind that consumes you. When a Scorpio loves something, or someone, they dive all in. No half measures. No maybe. They live for what matters to them. And that kind of passion? It's contagious. Have you ever met someone who spoke about their dream with such fire that you felt inspired? Just listening? That's Scorpio passion at work. It's raw. It's intense. But more importantly, it's honest. Scorpios remind us, if something doesn't ignite your soul, why are you doing it? So, ask yourself. What do you do half-heartedly? What are you pursuing without that deep hunger? Scorpio's lesson here is clear: stop settling. Find what lights you up. And when you do, surrender completely. Because living halfway isn't living. But passion needs a guide. That's where Scorpio's intuition comes in. You see, Scorpios don't just trust facts. They trust their gut. And more often than not, they're right. Why? Because intuition isn't some mystical gift. It's emotional intelligence. It's reading the undercurrents people miss. It's feeling when something's wrong, even when logic says otherwise. Scorpios observe. They listen, not just to words, but to silence. They notice the shift in tone, the flicker in someone's eyes, the energy in the room. In relationships, this intuition protects them. In business, it gives them an edge. But for all of us, Scorpio teaches that listening to your gut isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Next time you feel that uneasy pull inside, stop. Listen. Your intuition might be seeing what your mind refuses to. Now, maybe you're thinking, I'm not a Scorpio. Does this even apply to me? The truth is, Scorpio energy lives in everyone. It's the part of you that refuses to surrender. The part of you that loves fiercely, even after betrayal. The part that feels the world deeper than words can explain. And if you've ever ignored your gut, if you've ever quieted that inner voice in favor of logic, remember this: Scorpios don't silence their intuition. They sharpen it. And so can you. Because real power? It's not in controlling others. It's in mastering yourself. Just like Scorpio does every single day. And the moment you start seeing your silent battles, your loyal heart, your hidden passion, and your quiet intuition as weapons, not weaknesses, that's the moment your transformation begins. There's something about resilience that's easy to misunderstand. Most people think resilience means being tough all the time. Acting like nothing hurts. Pretending you're fine when you're not. But Scorpio shows us something different. Real resilience isn't about acting strong. It's about knowing you're broken and choosing to rebuild anyway. It's the quiet courage to admit you're hurt. To feel the pain. To let it change you. And then to rise. Not as who you were, but as someone stronger. Imagine the last time life knocked you down. Maybe it was heartbreak. A failure. A betrayal. Remember how heavy it felt? How you wanted to give up? Scorpio energy is what whispers to you in those moments, telling you to stand back up. Telling you to use the pain, not fear it. Scorpios don't just survive struggles. They transform because of them. And you can too. Every wound you carry can become your armor. But to rise like Scorpio, you need something else. Courage. Not the kind we see in movies. Real courage. The kind that happens in silence. When you choose to confront your deepest fears. When you face uncertainty without knowing how it'll end. Scorpios don't avoid discomfort. They move toward it. Why? Because they understand something powerful. Growth only happens outside the comfort zone. Think about it. Every moment that changed your life probably started as something uncomfortable. That job you took a risk on. That relationship you didn't think you deserved. That decision to walk away when it hurt. Scorpio teaches us that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's moving forward despite it. They remind us that fear is a signpost. When you feel it, don't stop. Step through it. That's where transformation waits. But to navigate life like Scorpio, you need autonomy. This is a lesson many people ignore. Because it's easier to follow the crowd. To let others decide. To stay safe in the opinions of friends, family, even society. But Scorpios? They're different. They lead their own lives. Not because they're stubborn. But because they value freedom above approval. Look at your own life. How many choices have you made just to please others? How often have you silenced your own desires to fit in? Scorpio's autonomy is a reminder that your life belongs to you. Your dreams. Your path. Your mistakes. All yours. And that's not selfish. That's self-respect. Choosing autonomy doesn't mean pushing people away. It means trusting your own voice more than the noise around you. Scorpios listen to advice, sure. But when it comes to the final decision, they trust themselves. That's where their power grows. And now, perhaps the most beautiful Scorpio lesson of all. Emotional depth. In today's world, we're taught to fear our feelings, to avoid pain, to chase happiness like it's the only emotion that matters. But Scorpio teaches us something radical. Dive deep. Don't run from your emotions. Feel them. Understand them. Use them. Scorpios don't skim the surface of life. They live in the depths. They explore their sadness, their joy, their anger, their love, not to suffer, but to understand. Because in understanding, there's power. There's clarity. Think about the last time you felt something overwhelming. Did you try to suppress it? Did you distract yourself? Scorpio would do the opposite. They'd sit with that feeling. Explore its roots. Ask why. Because they know emotions aren't weaknesses. They're messages. Signals from the soul. And once you listen, you grow. When Scorpio connects with someone, they connect from that depth. They see through superficial conversations. They want honesty. Vulnerability. They want to know your fears, your dreams, your regrets. Not to judge you, but to understand you. To connect in a way most people never do. And when you learn to explore your own emotional depth, you'll find something surprising. You'll become stronger. More stable. Not less. Because when you stop fighting your feelings, they stop controlling you. Scorpio teaches us that embracing our emotional storms leads us to inner peace. So, what can we learn from all this? Resilience isn't pretending. It's transforming. Courage isn't being fearless. It's moving forward while scared. Autonomy isn't isolation. It's self-trust. And emotional depth? It's not a curse. It's your superpower. And yet, this is only part of Scorpio's hidden arsenal. Because in the next part of this journey, we'll uncover mysteries even deeper. Lessons about power, connection, and control. And I promise, the final 3 secrets might just change the way you see yourself, forever. There's something about mystery that draws people in. Not knowing everything. Not revealing too much. Scorpio understands this better than anyone. They know that mystery isn't about hiding who you are, it's about protecting your energy. It's about knowing that not everyone deserves access to your heart, your thoughts, your soul. Think about it. In a world where people overshare every moment of their lives, there's power in silence. There's power in being unknown. Scorpios use this mystery not to confuse others, but to control their own story. To reveal only what feels right. To keep a part of themselves sacred. And that's something we can all learn. You don't have to explain yourself to everyone. You don't have to prove your worth to people who won't value it. Sometimes, keeping a piece of yourself hidden is the greatest act of self-care. But mystery doesn't mean isolation. It's about choosing your people wisely. And that choice, that control, feeds into Scorpio's next hidden weapon. Wisdom. A wisdom that doesn't come from books. A wisdom born from experience. From watching. From failing. From getting hurt and choosing to learn. Scorpios don't rush through life chasing shallow victories. They observe. They reflect. They study people, not with judgment, but with curiosity. They watch patterns. They notice the small things others miss. And over time, that wisdom shapes how they move. How they love. How they choose. They know that life isn't about winning every moment. It's about understanding which battles are worth fighting. Which connections are worth keeping. Which paths will lead to true growth. Have you ever felt like you keep repeating the same mistakes? Same toxic relationships? Same poor decisions? Maybe it's time to pause. To reflect. Like Scorpio, wisdom comes when you stop rushing and start understanding. But wisdom alone isn't enough. To navigate life's storms, you need something deeper. Inner strength. That quiet force that keeps you standing when everything around you falls apart. Scorpios carry that strength inside them like a secret engine. When life challenges them, they don't break. They bend. They adapt. And slowly, they rebuild. Their strength isn't loud. It doesn't need to be. It's steady. It's constant. It's the knowledge that no matter what happens, they'll find a way forward. You felt this too, even if you didn't realize it. That moment when you thought you were finished, but still, you kept breathing. Still, you stood up. That's your inner strength. And like Scorpio, you can nurture it. Not by pretending life is easy, but by accepting that challenges are part of your path. Each obstacle? It's not blocking your way. It's shaping you. And from this quiet strength comes something people rarely understand. True self-confidence. Not the kind you post online. Not fake smiles or loud declarations. But a deep, unshakable belief in your own worth. Scorpios know they're valuable. Not because others tell them, but because they've earned that belief. They've fought for it. Through failure. Through loneliness. Through heartbreak. And every scar became proof of their strength. Ask yourself honestly, do you believe in your worth? When no one's watching? When no one's praising you? Scorpio teaches that confidence isn't about external validation. It's about knowing your flaws and still standing tall. Knowing your limits and still pushing forward. Accepting your darkness, and still believing you deserve the light. And here's the beautiful truth. Confidence built like this? No one can take it from you. Because it doesn't depend on likes, on attention, on approval. It's yours. Always. So as you listen now, think about your own life. Where have you given away your mystery? Where have you ignored your wisdom? Where have you doubted your strength? Where have you questioned your worth? Scorpio doesn't hand you answers. They hand you a mirror. And in that reflection, you'll find your next transformation. But we're not done yet. Because the final 3 lessons we're about to explore reveal the most profound and perhaps the most controversial truths about Scorpio's power. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. There's a power Scorpio holds that many people misunderstand. It's not about being unkind. It's not about pushing people away. It's about something deeper. Something most people are too afraid to practice. Brutal honesty. The kind of honesty that doesn't sugarcoat the truth just to make someone feel comfortable. The kind that tells you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Scorpios value truth. Not because it's easy, but because it's real. Think about it. How often do we lie to protect someone's feelings? How often do we lie to protect ourselves? Scorpios reject that. They understand that clarity is kindness. That honesty, even when it hurts, is the foundation of real relationships. And yes, that level of honesty can scare people. It can make them uncomfortable. But Scorpio isn't here to win popularity contests. They're here to live authentically. And that's a lesson we can all carry. Speak your truth. Gently, but firmly. Stop hiding behind half-truths. Stop wearing masks to please others. Like Scorpio, choose honesty as your path to freedom. But behind that honesty, there's a fierce protector. You see, when a Scorpio loves you, they protect you with everything they have. Not just from the world, but from your own doubts. From your fears. From your self-destructive thoughts. Scorpios guard their loved ones not out of control, but out of deep emotional loyalty. Think about someone in your life who always shows up for you. Even when you're distant. even when you push them away. That person who fights for your happiness, sometimes more than you fight for it yourself. That's the kind of protective energy Scorpio holds. And it's not just about people. Scorpios protect their dreams, their purpose, their inner peace. They set boundaries, not as walls to keep people out, but as shields to keep their energy safe. Here's a reminder for you. Protect what matters to you. Protect your peace. Protect your energy. Not everyone deserves access to your inner world. Scorpio doesn't apologize for being selective. Neither should you. But protection alone isn't enough to survive life's challenges. You need perseverance. The quiet, steady kind. The kind that refuses to quit even when everything falls apart. Scorpios understand this deeply. When they commit to something or someone, they don't give up easily. They push through doubt, through setbacks, through failures. Why? Because they know success isn't about being lucky. It's about refusing to stop. When life gets hard, most people ask, why me? Scorpio asks, what's next? They keep moving forward, step by step, even when no one believes in them. Even when they stop believing in themselves. Because perseverance isn't about motivation. It's about discipline. It's about deciding that quitting isn't an option. So, next time you feel like giving up, remember Scorpio's lesson. Rest if you must. Cry if you need to. But don't stop. Keep going. You're stronger than you think. And behind all that strength lies something many people overlook. Scorpio's ability to plan. To strategize. To think ahead. You see, Scorpios don't just act on emotion. They act with purpose. They analyze situations quietly. They calculate risks. They observe people. They know when to speak, when to wait, when to strike. In relationships, in careers, in life. Scorpio's mind is always working. Always asking, what's the next best move? It's not manipulation. It's survival. It's wisdom. It's knowing that life isn't a race, it's a game of patience. And the person who understands human behavior wins. Scorpio teaches us that success isn't always about moving fast. Sometimes, it's about moving smart. About stepping back, seeing the whole picture, and making your move when the time is right. Think about your life right now. Are you reacting emotionally? Or are you planning your next step calmly? Scorpio's strategy reminds us, patience is power. So as we stand here, having uncovered so many of Scorpio's hidden strengths, I want you to reflect. Are you embracing honesty? Are you protecting your energy? Are you persevering quietly? Are you thinking ahead, or just reacting? Because Scorpio doesn't rush. They don't panic. They don't break. They calculate. They endure. They protect. And when the moment comes, they rise. And yet, the most powerful weapons are still hidden. The next 3 truths about Scorpio will reveal something deeper. Something that might challenge what you believe about control, about power, and about the human heart itself. Stay with me. The final secrets are waiting. There's something about self-control that people often underestimate. In a world where emotions run wild, where instant reactions lead to regret, Scorpio holds back. Not because they're cold. Not because they don't feel. But because they understand a simple truth. Control over your emotions is control over your life. Imagine a moment when you were angry, hurt, betrayed. Did you lash out? Did you say something you regretted? Most of us have. Scorpio teaches us to pause, to breathe, to listen to the storm inside without letting it destroy what matters outside. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions. It means mastering them. It means choosing your response instead of reacting blindly. Scorpios are masters of emotional alchemy. They take pain, fear, anger, and transform those raw feelings into fuel, into power, into clarity. Think about your own life. What if the next time you felt overwhelmed, you didn't act immediately? What if you gave yourself space to feel, without acting from the chaos? That's Scorpio's self-control in action. And it's a skill anyone can learn. But perhaps the most extraordinary weapon Scorpio carries is clear vision. Scorpio sees what others miss. While most people are distracted by surface appearances, Scorpio looks deeper. They sense hidden motives. They read between the lines. They notice the shift in someone's voice, the hesitation in their eyes, the truth behind their words. But this vision isn't just about people. It's about life itself. Scorpios see the long game. They don't get lost in temporary emotions or fleeting success. They know where they're going. They know what matters. And they trust their path, even when others don't understand. It's a lesson for all of us. How often do we chase what looks good, instead of what feels right? How often do we ignore red flags, or waste energy on things that don't serve us? Scorpio's clear vision reminds us to focus, to see beyond the noise, to trust what we sense, even when logic tells us otherwise. So ask yourself now, what's clouding your vision? Whose voices are drowning out your intuition? Scorpio teaches us that clarity isn't given. It's chosen. It's earned through silence, observation, and self-trust. And when you combine that clear vision with self-control, with all the strengths we've explored, you begin to understand why Scorpio is one of the most powerful signs of the zodiac. But here's the truth. You don't have to be a Scorpio to live this way. You don't need a certain birthday to embrace these lessons. Because these are not just Scorpio's weapons. They're human skills. And they're already inside you. Maybe hidden. Maybe forgotten. But they're there. Your resilience. Your courage. Your autonomy. Your emotional depth. Your wisdom. Your honesty. Your protective love. Your perseverance. Your strategy. Your control. Your vision. All waiting. And now, it's your choice. Will you keep them hidden? Or will you start using them? Because your next transformation isn't a dream. It's a decision. Before we end today, let's remember this. Power isn't about dominating others. It's about understanding yourself. It's about loving wisely, fighting when needed, protecting what matters, and standing strong when life tries to break you. Scorpio doesn't teach us to fear the darkness. They teach us to walk through it and find our light. If you saw yourself in this video, if any part of you whispered, "That's me," then you're not alone. You're growing. And that's the best journey there is. So, if you felt something here today, if these lessons spoke to your heart, don't forget to subscribe. Like this video. Share it with someone who needs this message. Maybe a friend. Maybe someone who's fighting a silent battle right now. And remember, this is just the beginning. In the next videos, we'll dive even deeper. Into signs. Into emotions. Into personal growth. Into parts of you waiting to be understood. So stay curious. Stay strong. And I'll see you in the next chapter of your journey.